Tank Dell season is in full effect, and it's worthy of almost 2 live streams tonight. I mean, we're going to draft tonight, but we're going to talk Tank Dell tonight. We're going to talk about where to take Tank Dell, and we might jump into a super flex draft if they're still open. I have to look. I haven't even looked yet. Where do you take Tank Dell in a super flex draft? We're going to go over all that, talk about Tank Dell, talk a little bit about Ayuk, but only if people, I think, call in and ask about it. We've wasted enough time on this guy, to be honest with you. Let's talk about Tank Dell. Let's talk about how Tank Dell is going to the mother freaking moon. Let's talk about how Tank Dell might be going to Saturn. Let's talk about how Tank Dell is getting a standing ovation every time we mention his name on this channel.
Where's your mashed potatoes?
Fantasy Football Show starts now.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks. You're watching a
Graveyard stream.
We're here doing it graveyard style here on the Fantasy Football Show, and I can't thank you all enough for being here. Appreciate you. And if you want to draft with us tonight, please hit the link that I'm going to drop in the live chat right now. It should be pinned in the live chat right this very second. But hit this link right here. I just dropped it. If you want to draft tonight, you have to be in the Underdog app. You have to use this code Smitty to download it to get that promo code Smitty benefit, which is 50% match on your first deposit. Also, you get a bonus pick in your account, and they'll match that 50% up to $250. So we're going to jump into a draft right now. The link is pinned in the live chat. If you're watching the replay, the link is in the description of the video. And as we draft, we'll talk about Tank Dell. We'll talk about little Tank Dell, the guy that wasn't supposed to be as good as he is. That merch is in the store, by the way, the YouTube store. Just go to my YouTube channel, click on store, and look for yourself and cop yourself a Tank Dell apparel. I think I got some Tank Dell. Why don't I have my Tank Dell apparel on? Let's see if we can find my Tank Dell shirt. I got my Debo shirt. This one's fantastic. This one right here. Debo's going to the moon, boombox style. I think I have my Tank Dell shirt somewhere in here, but I gotta find it. I'll try to find it during the live stream and put it on, but that's how shameful of me to jump into a Tank Dell stream and not have the shirt. We're going to jump into a Underdog Fantasy link pinned in the live chat. Phone lines will be open in a second, and we'll be talking whatever you want. This man right here, top 10 wide receiver, sitting around 4. Been stealing him away all offseason because we're worried about Diggs. We're worried about Nico Collins, who's going way too early in round 2 when Tank Dell is the one you want anyway.
Where's your mashed potatoes?
He's the one you want anyway. I don't understand why we're having this conversation over and over again where we're like, who's the number 1 wide receiver? Well, maybe Nico and him split it up like they did last year. It's certainly possible, but I just love when people run their mouth about how Tank Dell can't be the number 1 wide receiver. Go to your Underdog app, and you're going to be on the lobby tab, and we're going to scroll over. You're going to be on draft. We're going to scroll over to, let's do a super flex draft. It's the Pomeranian Butt Super Flex $3 entry. $3 to play this. If you're watching right now, I've dropped the link in the live chat. Smitty, what happened to Justin Fields? Smitty, what happened to Justin Fields? Smitty, what happened to Justin Fields? I'm going to paste it over and over because I want attention. Smitty, what happened to Justin Fields? How many times do you want to ask this question? I'm just curious. And second of all, what do you think I'm going to say? Do you think you got me in this scenario?
Got him.
What happened to Justin Fields? He's on fire.
Where's your mashed potatoes?
What happened to Justin Fields? Really? Really?
Leave it on the fields.
Just in time.
Fields of dreams.
Feels like making love.
Outstanding in his fields.
Feels so good.
Fields General.
My field's good. Uneven playing fields.
Battlefields tested.
Fields. He's for reals.
We're worried about Justin. What happened to Justin Fields, Smitty? I'm going to repeat it over and over and over until you answer me. What's wrong? What do you not like about Justin Fields right now? It's people are so wild, absolutely wild. The anti-Justin Fields people, they're just, I don't know if they're Russell Wilson owners or what it is. But we're going to get into a Superflex draft. Go ahead and click the button right now, the green button on the Pomeranian Butt Superflex. Smash it, do it live. Let's go. Here we go. Drafting soon. It's going to fill up quick. If you don't get into my draft, don't worry. We'll be in a draft again soon, but you can draft right alongside of me, and we will enjoy drafting together. So don't you worry, young man, at all if you didn't get in. Active drafts. Let me see if I can find the Pomeranian, but Superflex, put it on the screen here. Split screen here, or show you the draft board as we go through motions. It looks like I got the one pick. So that's awesome. Superflex draft. I haven't done a lot of these yet because they just dropped not too long ago. Obviously, I did the ones prior. But here we go. Okay. Hit me with your questions. Dial into the show. Phone line's down at the bottom of the screen. Here's the phone line here.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
What are people's problem with Justin Fields? What do you think he didn't do tonight that's gonna make you that makes you think that he lost his momentum? I mean, he was 5 of 6. I don't understand. I don't get it. On the clock. Shoot. Okay, there we go. We're going to go Josh Allen in this particular draft. Look, Josh Allen has been the number 1 quarterback how many times now? What has Josh Allen got to do to prove in fantasy he's the guy? I love Mahomes. I'm taking Mahomes in so many leagues. I think he could be the number 1 quarterback easily. But I'm going to go ahead and historically smash the 1, 2, 1, 1, 6 ranked quarterback in back-to-back seasons. As for the Justin Fields conversation, I just don't get what do you think he did wrong tonight if you're a Justin Fields hater? He was 5 of 6. Like, what do you want from him? I don't understand. I don't understand where that even comes from. Where does somebody get the balls to put a comment on screen? Now what do you think about Justin Fields? He was 5 of 6. He's going to be a problem for the entire league, is what he's going to be. It's just, wow, where does that come from? Where does that comment even come from? Is that guy still in the building? Because he only comes in when he wants to hate. Let me just tell you that right now. I don't think I've ever seen your face, bro, in a live stream when you're not coming in to try and throw shade on something on this channel. Why you watch, I have no idea. I have no idea what for what reason do you watch the channel? Phone lines are open. Dial in. Sebastian, you're live.
Smitty, you know what I see when I see the Texas offense right now? I see the 2022 Eagles. Some ambiguity as far as where C.J. Stroud is going to finish, but I really do think Nico Collins is an A.J. Brown type of player, and I really do think Tank Dell is a Devontae Smith type of caliber player. So I do see the 2022 Eagles as far as this passing offense. I've already kind of wrote off Diggs. Like, I don't really care for him. They don't really have much invested into him. He's really old. In my opinion, he already fell off. So that's just my take on that. And then I wanted to ask real quick, are you going to be maxing out Best Ball Mania? Because I have noticed that you haven't been drafting a lot of those.
Yeah, I am going to max it out. I'm going to have to do a marathon show. So that's coming. I just got to plan it out. But I'll be doing a marathon here very, very soon to max out Best Ball Mania. I plan to max out weeklies as well. So I'm going to max out both those. Those are my 2 favorite contests. So we'll definitely be maxing that out. Hold on one second. Mute yourself, Sebastian. Just hang tight real quick. I'll come back to you. As a Stroud and Tank Dell owner, Dynasty, fire. Appreciate you, Alex, dropping the super chat. You monster, you, with the $2 holler. Thank you. And yes, Stroud is very, very underrated. We talked about this last night too, that, you know, he goes He goes so far, and it's weird because usually in best ball, and I mentioned this last night when Sebastian called in, we talked about this. In best ball, when there's a lot of stacking partners, so Diggs, Tank Dell, Nico, you usually have the quarterback very valued high, overvalued sometimes because there's a lot of ways to stack it. So it's a very high, quarterback asset type of grab. But for some reason, people run away from Stroud because he doesn't run, because running quarterbacks, they rule the world. But Dak proved you can slip into that and be a league winner as a non-running quarterback. You just need to have the touchdown volume. And Tua was evidence of a player that had yardage and touchdowns, but still didn't crack the top 10. But certainly it's possible to crack the top 10. Hold on, I'm on the clock here. Let's go with a good old Jahmyr Gibbs and Amon-Ra St. Brown stack, I think is what, man, I kind of want to go JJ. I'm going to go St. Brown. I'm going to go Jahmyr Gibbs. So we got Josh Allen, Superflex, Amon-Ra, and Gibbs, and we're going to punt quarterback until we come back because I don't want to draft a Stafford here. I don't want to draft a Herbert here. Those are the quarterbacks that are on the board here. Not taking a Stafford at this stage when I can get an Amon-Ra or Gibbs. But anyway, as I was saying, it's really odd that nobody sees the path that Dak took last year to get into the top 5 QBs with Stroud, because he's a non-running quarterback. He's going to throw 45 touchdowns this year, and Tank Dell is going to grab 10 to 12 of them. Tank Dell is going to be a top 12 wide receiver if he disappoints me, I think, is what I'm vibing out right now. Tank Dell has the capability of being like wide receiver 7 or 8 on the year. Do I think he's number 1 or 2? No, I don't. I think he could have 1 or 2 like ranked weeks multiple times where he's the number 1, the number 2, number 3. He's great in weeklies because he could have those spike weeks, those pop-off weeks. But at the end of the day, a wide receiver 7 in round 4 is win a league material. I'm not trying to juice you guys up and get you to take him in the 3rd round here, because this is a super flex. You better not get too eager. Don't be an eager beaver in this draft. But yeah, I mean, Dell in week number 8 might be the wide receiver 4. Week number 10 he could be wide receiver 6, and then finish at 6, 7, 8. I would not be shocked if he was not just like 10 or 11 or 12. He was in the single digits and he was like 7, wide receiver 7. No question in my mind he's capable of that. Gets shot in the leg, breaks his leg. You can't hold back Tank Dell. You just can't do it. No. I'm sorry. Mashed potatoes. And real quickly, Sebastian, before you jump back, I'll come right back to you. Tank Dell, I'm doing a little teaser thing with the Wild Wild West. We have 2 players that have cracked the Wild Wild West board. One of them is obviously Coleman, and the in-season feature that is, you should say the antidote to the Moonmen's, star space concept is our Wild Wild West. It's going to try and tame our excitement and everything we've been doing all offseason, but it's not going to be able to do it because these guys are in-season moon men, if you will. Look at this. Tank Dell.
The top most wanted outlaws. Wanted.
New outlaw alert. A new outlaw is on the loose. His name is Tank Mother freaking Dell, and he's coming for everybody.
The top most wanted outlaws.
All right. I got to get back to drafting. What can I do for you, Sebastian? What else you got?
Yeah. I'm just curious as to, I know how high you're on Tank Dell. I'm pretty high on him, and I'm not gonna lie, I am higher on Nico. I really do think he does have the makings of the next AJ Brown. I mean, can I ask why you're not a big fan of Nico?
I am a big fan of Nico. I think I get coined as an anti-Nico guy. I just don't draft Nico around 2. If Nico was going around 4 and Tank was going around 2, I wouldn't be drafting Tank Dell. Just like I wouldn't be drafting Jaden Daniels if he was going number 4 overall. Situation is key, as well as draft selection, draft ADP. Everything revolves around ADP. Everything revolves around ADP. On the clock real quickly. Hold on. I got to make a selection here. Let's go with Cooper Kupp. So I got Cooper Kupp and St. Brown, Josh Allen. And then RB. Not doing that. I don't mind going man of the hour here. We'll go man of the hour here. Amon-Ra, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Allen. I could do that.
You've just been Smitty approved.
But to answer your question, bro, I'm not a Tank Dell hater. Or, I'm sorry, I'm not a Nico Collins hater. I'm just a give me Tank Dell, who's the underrated wide receiver 1 here. Tank Dell surpassed Nico Collins last year. Everybody has a foggy memory if they think that Tank Dell wasn't considered by most people, not everybody, but by most people, as the bona fide 1A and Nico the 1B. Both being ones, both sharing the role for sure, but Tank Dell surpassed him. And I know that because we would celebrate it every single show, and then he breaks his leg, and then Nico takes over. Now, granted, Nico developed some good rapport with Stroud. Some time that Tank Dell didn't have with him that could be to his advantage. But that doesn't mean they still won't be in the same rotational situation. I very much think they will, which means that Nico's a 1B. Or maybe Nico did pass him and he's 1A and Tank Dell's 1B, but Tank Dell's still better as a 1B in the 4th round, in the 5th round, in the 3rd round, depending on the format. Like in this is a super flex. He's on round 5, and I took him about 4 wide receiver spots early. So, but he would not have made it out of round 5. So I took him a little early to make sure that I got him. But this is a smash. This is an absolute smash. Nico just goes too early, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely both are true X wide receivers. I mean, looking at the film, I can tell you Tank Dell is an X receiver. He does outbreaking routes. I think he was leading the league, too, in comeback, like, success rate or something, and, like, average yards downfield or whatever. Like, some, like, deep ball X receiver metrics. I mean, I like both of them, but with both of them there,
you can't buy Nico in round 2 and Dell in round 4. It just and leave Dell there in round 4. I mean, you could stack them, but I still don't think it's smart.
Some of my teams, I get both of them, and I take Stroud in like the.
I don't mind that.
Round.
I don't mind that. I think it's an interesting move in best ball, but if we're talking non-best ball, I'm not drafting Nico. I'd draft him in best ball. There's
non-best ball. There's no point.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't realize that not everybody plays best ball, Sebastian. You got to hit both of it. You both conversations. You can't just, I'm not talking about non-best. Well, everyone here isn't playing best ball, or they want to talk about from both angles. So Nico is, is why
Dell smashes the hell out of him in redraft.
Yeah, so which is why I try and tackle both situations. I will draft a lot of Nico Collins. I will. In best ball if he's to fall to the right place, but I'm not taking him at 14 overall. Would I take him at the 2-3 turn? I probably would in a Houston Texan built stack. I'm fine with that. I'll definitely partake in that. And we're getting to a point where I might need to look and see what kind of QB I can smash here, or maybe there's still a lot of value at like RB. Ridley just went. Wide receivers are kind of flying off the board, but I feel pretty comfortable with my wideouts. But this is an interesting spot to be in. I'm hoping I don't get sniped right here by the wide receiver that I don't plan to take. Damn it, took Kincaid, you son of a b. God, why does it have to happen? Why? Son of a bitch, man. That was it. That was going to be nice. That's all right. We're going to go with Kyle Pitts, who's going to have a big mother freaking year. Stacking is not something that I force. I don't do it. If it falls, perfect. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Let's go with Justin Fields here, as he's the second-ranked QB. I'm going to bank on the Fields situation in this particular draft. Look, you live and die by certain things. And I'm totally fine throwing $3 away if Fields ends up screwing me in this. And I'm so fine if he decides to step it up and do what we expect to do. And just to give a little bit of insight behind the Kincaid snatch, it doesn't, like, I love Kyle Pitts, so this is not that horrible of a downgrade. So the team so far is looking pretty fresh. Josh Allen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Gibbs, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Kyle Pitts, and Justin Fields. Feeling pretty good about it. One super chat here from Alex says, as a Stroud owner, Tank Dell owner. Oh, I already got to that one. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. And then this one right here. I got offered Kyron and Drake London for Jamar Chase in Dynasty. I would take Kyron and Drake London in a millisecond, Michael, over Jamar Chase. In a millisecond. Even if Jamar Chase wasn't holding out and there was no small injury risk. And this is Dynasty, so, that doesn't necessarily hold as much water. But I'm taking, like, London, the downgrade from Chase to London, it could hurt if it was done 1-for-1. Like, I would feel it. I'd be like, I love London, but, man, I don't think I like this downgrade. You're talking about getting Kyron Williams for that downgrade. Like, this is the kind of deal I would look to do. I'd sit up all night trying to find out how to do a deal like that. That is a fantastic move, my friend. Fantastic move. Thank you for the super chat, my guy. Michael, did I get to this one? I got offered. Okay, I didn't get to the rest of it. My other running backs are Zamir, Brees, Trey Benson, Brooks. Do I take it? I would take it no matter what. No matter what. You can make other trades too. You don't have to, like, hold yourself to that roster. Sometimes I make trades that, and I'm not saying you necessarily need to, but sometimes I make trades where I have a surplus because of the trade, but I got to take the deal. Shout out to Smitty with the late stream. Justin, thank you for being a part of the reason why we're here. He said if he dropped a $20 super chat and 2 other people dropped, Ron Navy, and who was the other guy that dropped it? I want to give him props too. I said if one of you drops a $20, I'll come back. And all 3 dropped a super. I watched all 22 of Dell, and he has some real play strength. Appreciate you, Justin. Appreciate you for the super chat. And then Justin dropping one more. Ignore Dell's size. Just watch him. He wins off in different ways. Anybody still hung up on his size, I almost laugh at that. I just absolutely laugh at that. You're worried about a guy's size when he's already proven. You know what I mean? Like, so Justin's right. Anybody's trying to tell you he's too small or he's going to get hurt. Or look, he broke his leg. You would have broke your leg. I would have broke my leg. Everyone would have broke their leg in the situation Tank Dell broke his leg. I don't want to hear he's too small because he broke his leg. It's ridiculous. He's been shot. He broke his leg. He's back looking like fire. You're worried about him staying healthy? This is a warrior right here. Thank you. Appreciate you, Justin. All right, Sebastian, final thought.
Yeah, you're going to want to give me flowers once you hear my I'm just going to give you my top 5 exposures pre-draft at running back. Chase Brown, Jalen Warren, Keaton Mitchell, Achane, and Pacheco.
Nice, bro.
Top 5 running backs pre-draft.
I like it. Nice job. All right, bro. We'll see you a little later.
All right, bro. I'll be following on.
All right, call back later if we have a crew on the phone line and you want to call back. All right, later. Phone lines are open. Dial in. Phone lines on the bottom of the screen there. We're getting close. Alvin Kamara got sniped for me. I was very, very interested in drafting Alvin Kamara at this territory. That would have been a nice RB situation for me, and I've punted running back 2 so far, so that would have been nice, but that's okay. There's still a bunch of nice players on the board. I've got Josh Allen from the 1 spot, Amon-Ra, Jahmyr Gibbs, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Kyle Pitts, and Justin Fields. Ramondre just got snagged. That's kind of disappointing as well, but that's okay. There's a lot available. I'm not too worried about it. It's like, even if Kamara was on the board still, I think I'd still struggle to make my pick because there's 3 or 4 or 5 guys I want right here. And I'm definitely living and dying by Fields in a way. Worthy was definitely a guy I was interested in drafting. I do want Keon Coleman. I'm going to pair him up with Josh Allen, so I finally got a little bit of stackage going on. I think I might go James Conner here, which I think is phenomenal value, actually. So Josh Allen, Amon-Ra, Jahmyr Gibbs, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Kyle Pitts, Justin Fields, Keon Coleman, James Conner. Top 10 running back per start in James Conner easily. Jahmyr Gibbs, top 5. Josh Allen, number 1. St. Brown, top 5. Cooper Kupp, top 10. Tank Dell, top 10. Kyle Pitts, top 6. I mean, Fields, we'll see. It's all living and dying by Fields. Keon Coleman, I think he's going to be tough. I mean, don't ask me. I don't know. I might have people unsubscribing to the channel if I tell you where I have Keon Coleman actually ranked in my head. Like, what's he going to finish? Wide receiver what? I think people might unsubscribe if I'm too honest. So I'll just say top 20 receiver. Travis, you're live.
Hey, what's up?
I like the squad. That's really good.
See what you got going.
I got
Who are your first picks?
Josh Allen, Amon-Ra, Superflex. Josh Allen, Amon-Ra, Jahmyr Gibbs, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Kyle Pitts, Justin Fields, Keon Coleman, James Conner.
Like that. Yeah, that's real nice and balanced.
Yeah, who's in here? I don't recognize some of these names. I think when I clicked join, it like there's 2 spots left, and then it's possible we're all in different drafts, but sometimes it says like 9 spots left, and then we all can pile in. But if anybody isn't signed up on Underdog and you want to do drafts like this, you can do them right now alongside and use the logic we're talking about to your draft. There's the link. I just dropped it. It's also pinned in the live. Actually, it's not pinned anymore. It's pinned in the live chat now. Here we go. Yeah. What do you think about Tank Dell in round 3? You're still smashing the hell out of Tank Dell in round 3, right?
Yeah, I still like him there. I was actually going to ask you, in terms of him as a player, I know it might be tough this year to know because Diggs is there and Collins is there, but say next year Diggs is gone, it's back to him and Nico Collins. What is his ceiling like, Dell's? Is it a top 5 guy, or you think it's more likely like top 10 is his ceiling? I mean, what's your opinion?
I think DJ Moore, like what we saw last.
5.
I think what we saw of DJ Moore last year.
Okay.
Like that seems to be, and that's not.
Yards.
There's nothing wrong with that. Like that's wide receiver 7, wide receiver 6, wide receiver. Like that's
right.
I think that's his ceiling. I think he dances in the 7 to 12 his whole career, like that he's healthy and he's there, and so that's good. I don't think that we're talking about Jamar Chase. I don't think we're talking about any of those guys. I don't think they can. I don't think he can be that good on a consistent level. Is there a year he finishes 4 or 3 or something? Sure. Devontae Smith is similar. Yeah. I don't think Devontae Smith's ever going to be a consistent top 4 or 5 wide receiver, but could he have a 4 or 5 season once or twice? Like, it's certainly possible. But
yeah, there's only a handful of guys that can consistently be top 5. It's harder to do than I think people even realize sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like you said, like DJ Moore, what did he have last year? I think it was like 1,408 or something like that. I'm probably a little bit off on the numbers.
DJ Moore?
I'll look it up quick.
1,400.
Yeah, what was his numbers?
Yeah, I'd have to look. Ziggy.
I'll look.
What were DJ Moore's yardage numbers in 2023? That's probably too complicated for him. He doesn't know. I think he's worthless. Let me look it up.
I got it here.
All right, yeah, read it off.
I got it right here.
Almost on the clock.
Last
Jalen
year,
Warren.
96 receptions, 1364, and 8.
Yeah.
That's a really good year. So, yeah. And like you said, that was, top 10, I don't know, 7th or 8th or whatever it was. But so it shows you how hard it is to climb into that top 5 range, especially consistently.
Yes, sir. All right, almost.
But it's like you were saying on, I'll let you pick first.
Yeah, let me grab. I'm going to go. Man, this is tough. As much as I want to grab Chase Brown here, I really, really do. I'm going to go J-Mo, get myself another wide receiver, and then I'm going to grab Trey Benson so that I have the Benson-Connor stack, because that's my running back too.
Yeah.
And now I'm loaded at RB, and I only have three.
Right.
I only have 2 RBs essentially because I consider James Conner Benson 1. So I got Gibbs and Connor Benson, and I feel secure as hell. And then now I've got, a absolute arsenal of wide receivers, and Amon-Ra, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Keon Coleman, and Jamison Williams. That's great. And yeah, I'm riding a risky train with the Justin Fields as my QB2, but honestly, I think if that's the only risk I have, I think that's the fun part about what we're doing here. So
Yeah, and you'll pick up another QB or two down the line. So it's like, even if something happened and Fields didn't work out, you're not going to be caught. But I really think he's going to take that job pretty quick.
Yeah, I'll probably Shadow Wolf. I'm trying to do some ranking videos this week. So what you probably get from me is a wide receiver ranking video, quarterback ranking video, tight end ranking video, running back ranking video, and then I'll try and mix in I don't think it'd be rookie receivers, it'd be rookies, and then I'd do each position separately or something. I don't know. I'll try and figure it out. What's up, Blackbeard in the building? What's up, Young? What's going on, Johnny? What's going on, Peanut Butter? What's going on, Brandon Wood? What's going on, everybody? Matt O's in the building. DeRozan, Balake is in the building. Roger Johnson's in the building. Timothy Knights is in here. Lucky is in here. Supreme, what's going on? Klondike in the building. Big Sunny in the building. Liquid Silk in the building. What's up? I'm really, really liking this squad. I haven't drafted a team in Superflex. Well, I haven't drafted a lot of Superflex yet, but I haven't drafted one that I've liked this much for a while. This is one of the contests too that I was in the running for the final. In the final, I think I want to say it was the Big Dog Superflex or what was it? But it was a Superflex where I won 1,500 in it, but I was about ready to, I think, win it all. Christian McCaffrey and Kamara. And Christian McCaffrey and Kamara both sat out the entire second half. And I was like in 13th place at that time. I was so freaking pissed. And I dropped down to, I finished like, I think 30th or something. And I think I got 1,500 on that particular draft, but I was sitting there. I even have the image where it says I was getting 30,000.
Yeah.
I was in $30,000 placing. I was like, I was showing it to everybody. I'm like, look at, I got 30 grand. I got 30 grand coming. Hold. and when you're doing that, you're not doing weeklies. You're doing a regular contest when you get narrowed down to hundreds of people. It's not like it is in weeklies. In weeklies, literally, Dontavian Wicks could have a 60-yard touchdown, and you could be in 14th place, and you drop to like 900th place in that one touchdown because so many people are in the contest. But once you're in the finals and it gets narrowed down to hundreds, you'll be surprised at like a Christian Watson touchdown, and you don't even have him, and you're sitting there at like 15th place, and you're like just cringing, waiting for the update, and you don't even move. And you're like, it's so wild because you're so used to one single thing moving you hundreds and even thousands of spots. All right, I'm on the clock right here. Let's see. I think I'll take... Oh, man. I guess I'll take Shakir here. Because I got Josh Allen. I got Coleman. This seems not... Yeah. I guess this isn't that early. He's 4 QB spots down. But I'm going to take Penix Jr. as my home run swing here because I have Fields, because I have Josh Allen, and I don't have anything else. I'm fine with this type of upside that he brings to the table. And I have Kyle Pitts, so feels like a pretty damn good bet at this point in a super flex anyway. He's 4 QBs down, so not a big reach in my opinion. So I like that. Shakir. So far, my wide receiver room is filthy. Amon-Ra, Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Keon Coleman, Jamison Williams, Shakir. Running back room is thin, but like very strong. Gibbs, and then Connor Benson. I've got Penix Jr., Fields, and Josh Allen, and my tight end is Kyle Pitts. So feeling pretty damn good. Got a little bit of stackage with Penix Jr. and Kyle Pitts. I got Josh Allen, Shakir, and Coleman. Feel pretty decent about that. Don't force things. I really don't, but when it falls, I like it.
Yeah, and taking that quarterback a little later gives you an advantage if you can hit with that quarterback. If Fields hits, it's such an advantage because everyone else, it's natural. They take the second quarterback almost right away, but you get that premium player instead.
I don't know if you saw right when we got in here, but like, what's his face? Oh, always hating, always a hater in here. But he comes in and he's like, so what happened to Justin Fields? LOL. Fields went 5 for 6. Like, what were you expecting? And why do you think Fields did bad?
I love the preseason.
But what do you do bad?
Like, have fun with the preseason, take things with a grain of salt. Someone came in last night and said, well, Drake May's never playing quarterback again. And I said, why? Because of Milton? No, because he sucked. He played one series. It's like, he's done. It's so funny the way people write people off.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I know people are worried about the fumbles, but it does get the finger gets pointed to the quarterback, but there's a lot involved in turnovers. So, they'll look at film and decide what to do, but
a lot of people will say
Fields
that
haters are
he busted, and once a QB busts, someone was saying to me, how many QBs have busted in their first team and then done good in their second team? And like I said, Fields is a rare case, though. Like, I guess you could say he busted, but it's more like they didn't develop him correctly.
Yeah, but they're also
they got a
still
young quarterback and did not develop him.
I mean, look, the center's trying to mesh with this unit. Like, there's a lot going on there. It's, a lot of practice reps. They haven't had a ton of them when you really think about it.
Well,
so,
like
whenever you have changes on the offensive line, and especially, a quarterback as well, you're going to have some issues. But I don't think those are all on Fields. But they'll review the film and decide. But I don't think it's. Man, Ricky Pearsall. When you see Pearsall, it's such a bummer that Ayuk absolutely screwed everybody, including me, all the time. I don't regret going live talking all the scenarios with you guys. I mean, I loved it, but it's just like what a freaking joke. Pearsall was. I know he got injured again, and maybe that's why they're a little worried themselves. But like, I'm ready for the Pearsall project. I really am. Let's see, quarterback. Real quickly, should I take Taysom Hill here? What's Taysom realistically going to get?
I don't know, because they have.
But Kendra Miller looks awful, and
They have a rookie there. But
I'm gonna do it just in case, just so I have some support, I guess. And I'm not worried about reaching at all. I'm not worried about reaching at all at this point. I'm just going to grab my guys. I want Braylon Allen because I have no other RBs besides the Cardinal backs and Jahmyr Gibbs, and I want a touchdown producer. Yeah. And Braylon Allen could be a top 10. This is where you take shots to win the league, right? You're making a little bit of a difference maker move. I don't care about reaching when you get in round 15. If I feel like I won't make it, and I got a long run. I've got a whole round and back. So you can't play games really when you're talking about nearly 20 plus picks. You got to wait. So I took Braylon Allen. I took my shot. I think he's a potential league winner. I don't like saying that because it makes it really morbid about Breece Hall, but I'm just saying he's a league winner. He's accepted. You know, it's not what we want, but he's a league winner. He's somebody that could win you a $30K prize when you're trying to figure out, okay, how's this team going to be different than everybody's? Boom, he's a starter. It's like, that's huge. All right. These teams are interesting. Let me just look at a couple of them real quick. Goff in round 2 is, I don't think that's one of our guys. If it is, I apologize. But Goff in round 2, I just can't stomach that. I just can't. Jefferson, Pacheco, still a good team though. You went bully tight end. Great team. You still did great. You still really good. It's a good team though. But I can't take Goff there. I just can't. Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Smith, Levis, Calvin Ridley. It's a solid team. The 4 spot, Lamar, Tua, Jonathan Taylor, Baker. Oh man, I wouldn't have done the Baker move there personally. I think your team's not going to have enough juice to get through the season, regardless of the quarterbacks. Anthony Richardson, Breece Hall, Puka Nacua, Jalen Waddle, Bryce Young, Pickens. Solid squad. The CJ Stroud, number 6 team. Stroud, Caleb, Barkley, Deshaun Watson, Olave, DJ Moore. I don't know. I mean, you got Jaylen Warren. That's great value. That could make your team. That's pretty good. It's a good squad. McCaffrey, Chase, Herbert, Nico, Gino. No thanks. Not in a super flex. Kyler, Trevor, MHJ, Kyron, McBride, James Cook. I mean, I don't love James Cook, but that's not bad value there. And I like your team. Rasheed Rice, very good team. Very good squad. I like that. It's one of my probably top 5 or 6 picks, I guess I would say. Joe Burrow, Jaden Daniels, Achane, Henry, Neighbors. Very good. CeeDee Lamb, Dak, Kirk Cousins. I took your Penix Jr. I'm sorry. I'm not actually. Drake London, ETN, Sam Laporta. Good. Tyreek, Bijan, Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers. Pretty good quarterbacks, actually, waiting for your 3rd and 4th round pick. I actually like that. Matthew Stafford and Aaron Rodgers, and still getting Tyreek and Bijan. Really good. Devontae Adams, Diggs, McCarthy, Drake May, Swift. That's a good team. Jordan Love, Brock Purdy, Debo, Ayuk. Okay. Jacobs, Kittle. Very Niner heavy. I don't hate that team though. I definitely think I'm biased, but I think my team I like the most. Josh Allen, Amon-Ra, Gibbs. This is from the 1 pick. Cooper Kupp, Tank Dell, Kyle Pitts, Justin Fields, Keon Coleman, James Conner, Jameson Williams, Trey Benson, Shakir, Michael Penix Jr., Taysom Hill, Braylon Allen, and we're approaching my pick coming up here. I got a couple of tricks up my sleeve as well. We'll see if I end up executing them. But what else you got, Travis? Anybody else wants to dial in? Phone numbers down at the bottom of the screen. Probably won't be here much longer than the draft.
I saw someone in the chat asking about Joe Milton and if he could take the job right away. And the only reason I really, even if he played great, now if he plays out of his mind, you never know. But I don't think he's going to be able to do it right away. He was talking, I don't know if it was after the game or the other day I was reading, he was saying he hasn't called plays in a huddle since high school because of the systems he played in. And so he said just that is, like a new thing for him to get you, like he knows how to do it, but getting used to it at the NFL level. And so, being able to process all of that, he probably needs a little time. And that, we all know he's a project, but I saw someone in the chat and just wanted to let him know, like, physically, he's awesome. He's there. It's just, all the little things that takes being a quarterback that's going to have to come together for him to be successful. And I think he can be, but it might take a little time.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I'm on the clock here.
But I don't.
Hold on one second. Let me just pick real quick.
Yep. Go
I'm going to go likely. I need a backup tight end. I feel pretty good at receiver.
I like him.
I feel pretty good at receiver. Do I go Rattler? I'm going to take some shots. I went Rattler. I'm going to take some shots. I like my depth so much that I'm not even that concerned about wasting a few extra picks at QB. I mean, I got 5 quarterbacks, but so Rattler, Taysom, and Penix. I mean, it's worth corralling them all together. Jaime with the super chat. Talking Dynasty Startup Bro said CMC was 1.1 worthy. Said he still has 5 years left of dominance. Top 5 potential. How many laps for him? I don't know. I would say like a lot. I mean, five years, there's just no way. I mean, it's hard for running backs today to, and I know he's different, takes care of his body, but like it's hard for running backs to have 5 years, period. But I think Christian McCaffrey, you're holding your breath all year long that he has one more elite year. Like you're holding your breath. You're certainly per start, he's going to be amazing out of the gate. And this is going to be a funny thing. The reverse reaction that people had with Jahmyr Gibbs last year. Oh, I told you, Monty, you must feel like an idiot. I'm unsubscribing to your channel, Smitty. You told me Gibbs was going to be the man. Monty's the man. You're so dead wrong. And then it switches here, right? I think the same thing could be said about CMC. I think a lot of people, and I'm not saying that to avoid CMC. I made it very abundantly clear that I'm still taking him in like a 10% or 15% clip, but not even like 25, not even 30 or 40. I'm still drafting some CMC. But very rare. 1.1 in a best ball. In a non-best ball, I don't know that I am. I'm taking Bijan. I'm taking other players. But in a best ball, if he gets hurt, you got other guys that sub in for you. There's a lot of reasons why it's safer to draft an injury-prone player in best ball because you don't have to make decisions. And even if the game they go down, if another player outscores them, they start instead of them because of the optimal scoring. But Christian McCaffrey, you're holding your breath. And the people that are going to come in and say, Smitty, you were casting some doubt, not all doubt, but some doubt on CMC, and we're 4 or 5 weeks into the season, and he's balling out. And I'm going to say, so what? Like, in week number 7, he could go down. Week number 8, and anybody could get hurt, but this is a 28-year-old running back. The last time he got the workload that he just got, he missed 2 years. So, CMC is not a top 5 player for more than 1.5 years, let alone 5 years. So he's taking a big fat lap. You can send him this clip and he can get mad all he wants. Thank you for the super chat. Young dropped the super chat. So hyped for this year, Smitty and gang to the moon. Thanks, Young, for dropping the super chat. And I'm excited for this year as well. And what is Joel, Bailey, and
I don't know.
Young
trying to figure this
fighting
out.
about again? And I'm not saying I know. Maybe
No.
Young's not fighting with
Young-
him, and maybe he
Young's
just...
not doing anything.
Okay, let's see. Young says, what's good? I'm all my dogs. What's good tonight? Fields has a legit shot to be QB1 in Pittsburgh. I'm reading everything Young's writing.
No, but I don't know.
Joel says, Young, read your comment again. That's a racist joke. What did he say? Young, Joel? What did he say?
know.
What did Young
I'm
say,
trying-
Joel?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Joel, can you explain your comment? What do you mean by what Young just said? I would like to know, Joel. I like you, Joel, and I like you, Young. I don't want you guys fighting, but I want to know what you think he said and why you making that accusation toward Young.
Joel's not gonna answer. He's just dipping out now. I don't know what the deal is.
Joel, I'm asking you. What did Young say that's making you say that? I'm asking you. I'm legitimately asking you. Let's get to the bottom of this. Otherwise, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it in the chat. Stop. Explain it, though. I'm waiting for the answer. If there's something he said, tell me, because I'm looking at it. I don't see it. You just said you just made a pretty harsh claim toward Young, and I don't see it, Joel. And that's what I'm asking is, did I miss something? All right, I got to pick a...
Yeah, that's what I was asking, too, so...
You know, on this note, maybe I take Jordan Mason. I still think Mitchell might end up... I don't know. We'll have to see. Wide receiver... I'm going to go Jelani Woods at tight end. Joel, I'm still waiting. And I'm going to continue to wait the whole show because that you made a claim at Young, and I want to know what he said. And I hope you don't dip out and not answer the question. I have a feeling you're right. I don't think Joel's going to answer. Joel, if you don't answer, I can't help defend you. If something was said. All right, I took Jelani Woods. My team's pretty solidly built. I've got a low amount of wide receivers. I don't see Joel at all. Joel just, like you said, dipped out. He's not even responding.
Yeah. If he wants to come back and explain it, we're all ears, so. Nothing else we can do beyond that. Man, I hope Jelani stays healthy this year.
Yeah,
Jelani. I've been waiting so long to see what his potential could be. Even just in the red zone, you know. What offense do you like better this year? Potentially the Colts or Washington?
Chase Brown, Colts or Washington? I mean, I think I go. Yeah, all my comments are there to read. I've looked at him, Young. I don't see. You said something off. You know, I don't see it. I read every comment you made, and I'm waiting for Joel. And Joel's quiet as a mouse now. Joel's not responding. He's not defending himself. He's not. But it's like it sucks because I like Joel. I mean, from what I know about Joel, he come in and make comments. He seemed to be a part of the show, and then now he's making a claim against Young that Young said something disparaging, and I'm looking at every single message and I see nothing. So get along, everybody. Number one, and number two. You're going to make a claim and then jump and run away? Like, Joel, I'm asking you what he said, and you're just sitting there silently, or you left after you said it because I called you out and you don't want to have a conversation about it. He's gone.
Especially,
he's gone.
You know, a claim like that's not something you play around with. It's pretty serious to call something that.
Yeah. I got an idea of what I want to do with this next pick. I don't know if it's smart. I don't really care.
Colts or Washington? What do you think? On offense.
I mean, probably Colts because I think Washington's still struggling with their O-line. But I mean,
yeah,
obviously I wouldn't be shocked one single bit, and I'll certainly be rooting. Rooting for JD5 to blow everyone out of the water right away. So. Yeah, it's gonna be a good year. You know, and it sucks to have to call somebody out like that, Joel. I would love to repair this so that you don't leave and not become a member here anymore, because I hate losing a viewer, but I have a feeling you're gone now because you got called out. Now you've left and you'll never return, and that sucks. But you can't say something about somebody like that, and it seems like you're fighting constantly with them, and then you say something like that about him, and it's like, what do you want me to do? Just sit here and be quiet when I'm watching Young do nothing. Nobody saw anything. Everybody looked for it. Nobody saw a single thing. And you haven't said a word since I asked you. You're just either gone or you're not typing. And maybe Rockout's going to call with a rap song. I'm going to go Joe Milton with the final pick, Mr. Irrelevant. Joe Milton, let's do it. It's one of those, let's see, what was that? A Pomeranian butt Superflex draft. Oh, that's not it. Jaden Daniels Bijan. I'm on deck on that one. Drafts completed. Pomeranian butt Superflex. Here it is. Rock out, calling again. I just missed your call, bro. I'm so sorry.
You had a 6-month membership thing.
Let's see.
Always get priority comments too.
Celebratory. Adam Huntley dropping loads. Adam, appreciate you or the YouTube exclusive membership with the exclusive comments, which I'm gonna be sorting through all year long. So I will answer your questions more because you're a priority comment subscriber. And you say, if I have Anthony Richardson in a 10-team 1 QB non-PPR league, should I stay away from drafting JT? Not necessarily, but in non-best ball, I'm not a big advocate of cuffing, especially like a vulturing quarterback with the running back. So I don't think it's horrible to draft both of them because AR5 is going late. So it's not like you're taking, like an example of this would be, I always tell people the examples of consuming multiple pieces on one team high in a draft is a lot riskier than consuming them low. Hence, you used to draft Kelsey in round 1 and Mahomes in round 2 back in the day, right? When Kelsey was the best tight end by far. And that's consuming your first 2 picks with elite players, right? So if you're grabbing AR5 in round 6 or whatever, and you're drafting JT in the top of 2, you're not consuming your first round, third round, fourth. Like, so you got a lot of other talent to carry you. But I still think I would rather have Kyron, H-Ham, Barkley with AR5, personally. My opinion. It's a good question, though. Rock out. What is up, my guy?
Okay.
A bad team.
What?
Can I give you my bad team?
Sure.
All right. All right, QB, Cousins, Fields, Russell Wilson, Sam Howell. Running back, CMC, ETN, Kamara, Javonte, SMA. Wide receiver, Chase, Debo, Brian Thomas Jr., Deontay Johnson, Aiden Mitchell, Pulse, Baker, tight end, Musgrave, Likely, and Gasecki.
Nice job, bro. Nice job. What do you think of my bad team?
Yeah, I got sniped on Penix like 100 picks ahead of ADP.
Woo! Who are you drafting with, Ray G?
I don't know. 100 picks.
Yeah, I know, Ray G. He'll do that to you. I like the squad. I really do. I don't know. I think it ranked me, I think, dead last in the projections. It does not like my team. But, you know, a lot of that is, I don't think anybody thinks Fields is going to do anything, apparently. And maybe he doesn't, but I don't know. We will find out. I'm excited about him. All right, boys. I probably won't be here long. Any final thoughts from either one of you? I think I'm going to bounce. I appreciate Justin for helping initiating an extra live stream tonight, dropping the $20 wad on the last stream. Appreciate you. Joel, if you're out there, I hope you do come back. I don't want you not being here, but we're not, we're asking you a question about what's going on to try and get to the bottom of it. So if you're watching right now, no one wants you to necessarily leave, but you got to be careful what you say to somebody. You're like, that's his character he's trying to defend there. And we're looking at the chat and we can't find anything that he said at all. So anything else, Marsman Rock out?
So you're avoiding the whole Chargers, right?
Oh, yeah. I think maybe even Vidal at this point, because he's the 6th running back on the depth chart. Like, what in the hell is that about? How are you... Like, I said the other night, I'll stand by it. Depth charts are shoddy right now. But how do you get ranked number 6? Like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Behind?
Everyone.
Top 3?
Everyone.
I know, like...
I know Jarrett Patterson was up there.
Yeah, let me pull
Jarrett
up that.
Patterson
Let me see if
was in
that's
the
even
mix.
accurate. Chargers depth chart, because that was a report, but I never actually like pulled it up myself. I'm at the mercy of. So it looks like he's third. I mean, he's ranking 3rd on ESPN, but maybe that's ESPN's own depth chart. Let me pull up the official.
4th on Our Lads.
Well, let's go to the Chargers
Our
depth
Lads.
chart, because that's where everyone's
Yeah.
making the claim.
That'd be more...
Yeah, he is. This to me, this is just a. I don't know. It's probably just
I think that's
like an intern
him being
that's
a rookie with
updating
Harbaugh. Yeah.
and I don't know that this is coming necessarily from like Harbaugh. But it wouldn't shock me if he did. So J.K. Dobbins and Gus, Isaiah Spiller, Patterson, Dotson, and then Vidal. So it is accurate. He is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the depth chart. But you go to like ESPN.
Our Lads is pretty good, and they have him 4th. So that's saying something.
That's still low.
Yeah.
They got him behind Spiller.
The one I'm looking at have him behind Jarrett Patterson, who I know was getting a lot of work with the first team.
Yeah, but you said 4th. Oh, yeah. Okay, so J.K. Dobbins. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gus Edwards, J.K. Vidal on ESPN. But that's probably like predictive. I think this is right, though. This is probably right here. Vidal 3rd, Dobbins 2, Gus Edwards 1, or 1A, 1B. And these guys are getting hurt. So Vidal should climb up. But the thing about rookies is they get hurt a lot. And it wouldn't shock me if like he gets banged up at the wrong time and then he doesn't get a shot. I don't know. I feel like I don't want to trust. I want to trust Harbaugh 0 this year. I don't want to have to lean on him for anything.
Yep.
I don't know. I take Vidal in best ball. I don't think I'll draft him anywhere else.
Talking about rookies, and this is my final thought. I'll jump off after. Rookies or just camp or whatever. When would you start in best ball taking guys that you've heard good things about in camps that are preseason that weren't expected? Like, for example, in New Orleans, Mason Tipton is having a great preseason. And in Denver, that guy, I think Deshaun Vele or Tyrell Shavers in Buffalo, like what do you have to see before you start grabbing them as a last pick in your draft?
I don't know, man.
Would it have to be the full preseason?
Gut instinct.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Gray from New York. Like, part of me wants to be like, wow, he looked really good, but where was he? How was he?
Mm-hmm.
He was doing it against, bottom of the totem pole
like,
players.
Maybe how it's reflecting as we get to the last preseason game, stuff like that, when they start to sit the starters more and things start to shake out.
I just think it's case by case.
It doesn't leave much time. But,
I can't answer. There's no way to answer that. I'd be feeding you a bunch of BS if I'm like, the calculation.
Okay.
Like, it's really just like Milton.
Well, that's an answer. Yeah.
Like Milton, and
what I'm
Fields,
looking
and it doesn't even have to be a no-namer. It could be like a totally weird situation. Like Hendon Hooker looks fantastic right now. Fields looked great prior to this game, and then for some reason a lot of the fumbles are being pinned on him, and he has something to do with it. He's a quarterback, but they're also trying to build rapport on that line, so there's a lot of reasons why Fields may have fumbled, and I think everyone's just going to pin it on him, and he'll probably take ownership of it because he's the quarterback. But I don't know, and then you go to like a guy like Gray for New York, and you wonder how good he looks, or even Cam Akers catching the touchdown in the first game last week, and everyone's like, oh God, Cam's going to be amazing, but Cam Akers might not make the team, so it's hard to know. I think it's case by case. There might be one or two situations like that I think we're all worried that Puka is out there again. The next Puka is out there, and he's trying to talk to us from the preseason. And we just got to be careful.
Like,
if we feel it, we feel it. If we don't, we don't.
Probably, yeah. Like on a team like for example, the Mason Tipton guy, like, I'm not saying he's going to be good or not, but you look at their depth chart. They got Olave, Shaheed's decent, but then you get the A.T. Perry, who, you don't know, and so there might be room for him to sneak in there. But other teams like the Bills, a guy like Claypool or Shavers, it's probably going to be harder for them to carve out a role. So I guess, like you said, just case by case makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see. Tipton, I guess I'm intrigued, but, like, I'm waiting. I think Olave is just going to be looking like Neighbors volume-wise.
Just fed, yeah. I do too.
All right, boys. I appreciate you. See you tomorrow.
Thanks, Smitty.
Later, Rock Out.
Later, Rock Out.
All right.
Bye.
See ya.
Deuces. Superfish with a $10 wad, $10 hollers gift.
To the moon.
Thank you, Superfish. Appreciate you. Just in the Superflex with Rock Out, QB. Who did you, Jordan? Is that Jordan Love? Jake Hive? Who is that? I mean, it's late. I don't know if I'm just not picking up something. I don't know. It's so late. I don't know what I'm looking at. I think that meant to be Jordan Love, but I'm not sure. Okay, Superfish is Jordan Love. Okay, thank God. I was like, I'm embarrassed. I don't know who Jake Hive is. Jake Hive? Jake Hive?
To the moon.
This guy must be good. How did I not see this coming? Jordan Love, Baker, Taysom, Flacco, Gibbs. So you're kind of in the same spot I was in with the quarterback situation. So you're going to be loaded everywhere. I know it. Gibbs, Kyron, Jacobs. Woo, that trio is fantastic. Wide receivers, we're looking at Reed, Watson, JSN. Little light at wide receiver, considering, but it's interesting and it's fun. Like you got the Green Bay guys. Like, I love it. I'd even throw Wicks in there if you could have. He may have got snagged. But like, where could you have gone a different direction? I guess maybe instead of Jacobs, because you had Gibbs and Kyron, I would have probably, just in hindsight, retrospect, I would say like you get a Dell or a Debo in there or whatever you could have afforded. It just feels a little bit more balanced, but it's a really good team. McBride, love McBride. Yeah, I think you take Jacobs and upgrade the wide receiver one a little bit, and you're smashing. And then this is still very good. A couple things need to happen. I mean, I'm going to do a video on this maybe tomorrow, but are we literally sitting here and truly not expecting one of the Green Bay wide receivers to not be a top 10 wide receiver? Like, how can one of the Green Bay wide receivers not be a top 10 wide receiver? Or at least a top 12? How? It doesn't seem just because they spread it around and they don't know themselves. I mean, in best ball, easy fix is to grab all 3, grab all 4. I don't know. But, I mean, one of them's going to ball. I just don't know how. It feels like, I don't want to say that we are as a community overlooking it, but I think fantasy football is overlooking it. All right, I'll see you all later. Appreciate you. Get out of here. See you tomorrow.
Liftoff of mission 3, 2, 1, 0.
Dear Santa Claus, I'm thankful this year, especially for Tank Dell, who helped my daddy win his fantasy league so I could have all the toys and candy I want, because I'm a selfish little and thankful for my dad being able to win his fantasy football league, because he sucks at fantasy football, and if it wasn't for Tank Dell and the fantasy football show, he wouldn't win shit, and I'd get nothing for Christmas, and that would suck ass. Love, Timothy. Ma, get me some meatloaf.
It's such a thankful time of year.